Hello everyone, welcome back to Diksha Karnataka YouTube channel. So today I am going to discuss atoms and nuclei. This is going to be the last session before your PU exam for physics. That is the last live session. There will be recorded videos obviously to help you with the PU board exam. But just before exam there will be a live session directly to help you out with all of your queries, all of your doubts. So there will be a doubt clearing session just before your PU board exam, but before that this is the last class for Chakravyuh series as well. For me physics, I think there is one more class left for chemistry, but I need to confirm that. So anyway, if you have joined us today, last two chapters, atoms and nuclei, semiconductors is already completed last week. If you have missed that, you can check that out in our playlist of Chakravyuh series. So today I am going to discuss about the MCQs for atoms and nuclei. So let's start with the session today. Let me fix my pen. Yeah. So first question, the condensed matter and the dense gases at all temperature emit electromagnetic radiation due to high temperature, oscillations of atoms and molecules, head-on collisions between atoms and molecules, none of these. So anyone is listening, if you want to answer, please answer the question. Otherwise I will just move on with the solution. Okay, so condensed matter gas, basically condensed matter means when you condense gases into very high pressure, they emit electromagnetic radiation because they are colliding with each other, but not the head-on collision. It is mainly because of the oscillations. Okay, atoms are oscillating, and because of that high oscillation, okay, there are a lot of electromagnetic radiations coming out of the atoms of the gases. Now next question, the source of alpha particle in Geiger-Marsden experiment is radium 226, bismuth 214, radon 222, cobalt 60. So in the Geiger-Marsden experiment, bismuth 214 was used. So this is the correct answer for question 2. The thickness of gold foil in alpha particle scattering experiment. So what is the thickness of the gold foil? 1.2 into 10 to the power of minus 4 millimeter. This is the answer for this question. Okay, not 1.1 millimeter, it's very thin, very thin is the answer. Now next, the detector in alpha particle scattering experiment is coated with silver nitrate screen, phosphorant, barium sulfide, zinc sulfide. Okay, it is a photoluminescent screen, and it is what I remember is barium sulfide is the thing that is coated with. So barium sulfide is the answer, right? Now let's move on to the next question. And if you are coming online, don't forget to reply directly in the comments so that I can read if you are answering the questions or not. So let's see the last question. The light emitted by mercury vapor lamp is due to statement 1, interaction between the individual atoms. The average spacing between the atoms is large. So both 1 and 2, and the correct explanation is 1. Both 1 and 2 are true, but 2 is not the correct explanation of 1. So 1 is true, but 2 is false. Both 1 and 2 are false. So let us see. So obviously mercury vapor emitted light, mercury vapor lamp is very common form of lamp. If you have visited any fair or any marriage ceremony, even in our studios also we use mercury vapor lamp, the lamp which is very high energy, which gives you some kind of heat as well. Okay, those are called mercury vapor lamp, and they are basically interaction between individual atoms. Atoms interact with each other, and that is why you get lot of extra heat, right? And light. Now average spacing between them, between the atoms are large. Now average spacing between the atoms are large in some extent, you might say, but what happens is that the mercury is stored in a file, then they are made to evaporate, so they are basically in gaseous form. So in the gaseous form, the average distance are high. So basically, even though both statements are correct, there is no direct correlation between these two statements. Okay, so both statement 1 and 2 are true, but 2 is not correct explanation of 1. So there is no correct, you cannot see what is the relationship between these two statements. Okay, so both are correct. Crazy Gamer's answer is gold foil is 2.1 into 10 to the power of minus 3 millimeter in the gold foil. But Crazy Gamer, there is no 10 to the 2.1 into 10 to the power minus 4 is given. Okay, not 10 to the power of minus 3. Okay, so be careful. So closest answer in my opinion will be 1.2 into 10 to the power of minus 4. Okay, you have to check once, check it in the textbook what is the value given. So maybe the option given here in this case may be wrong. So it may be 10 to the power of minus 3. Just check in the comment below. This question is taken from your question bank. So this is the whatever values they have given in the question bank. I have taken it directly. Right, Crazy. Now let's move on. So now if you are hello. Yes. So Rider edits 07 all numerical one shot is already available in our channel. I have solved 21 very important numericals for your PU board exam. So if you have not watched that video, go watch it right now. All numericals for PU2 are already done, already completed. I think Saturday or Friday it was live. So it is already completed, right? So that is the main minimum requirement for you to answer all the numericals. That is sufficient for you. Pattern will be same for the numericals. Values and values will be different obviously, but few selected patterns which is repeatedly coming for your PU board. Those questions I have discussed. Also I have discussed a lot of tips, right, Rider? So I hope you have seen that video. If you have not seen that video, you can go and check that out. Even if you have not solved any numerical till date, if you see that video, that will be very helpful for you. If you understand basic mathematics, I have seen that many students actually have a very weak mathematical concept compared to mathematical concept of the students are very weak compared to what I say. Then physics. Okay, so because your mathematical calculative abilities are very weak, you think physics is hard. Physics requires mathematics and physics concepts, but if you are weak in one aspect, then you cannot help with the other. So both things has to be corrected there. Now if you are currently studying in PU2, or if you have completed your PU2 and you are looking for KSET exam 2025, you know that many of you have appeared for JEE exam and you realize that JEE exam is tumba hard, you cannot crack it easily. So that is why KSET will be your final destination. Then don't worry, we are giving you currently the Abhyas KSET test series, where you can get the entire test series plus PU2 test series including everything 1499. This is an all inclusive price, and what you will get 35 tests. Out of that, 4 free tests are already available in your portal. You can go and click on the link below, register yourself for the 4 free tests. Other than that, 31 paid test series along with PU2 test series. For that you have to pay a price of 1499, and the remaining test papers will be live from Hi Savita. Hi Savita, you are from Chitradurga. Okay, I was in Chitradurga for some time back, almost 7-8 months back I was in Chitradurga. So yes, nice city. Yes, nice city. Anyway, so if you are preparing for KSET exam, then definitely you should register at least for the free first 4 free test series. Savita, also you can purchase this. Otherwise, if you don't want to purchase, at least give it a try. The trial version 4 free tests are absolutely free. Only thing you have to register below and download the app. From there you can access the 4 free tests. Once you access it, it will be completely like a computer based test. So you have 60 minutes to answer 60 questions and your results will be announced immediately. There will be video solution. So suppose you think that okay, my solution was correct but I am not getting the correct answer, so you can check the video solution where you have made a mistake. Okay, so everything will be there, and after it is done, after your PU board exam is done from 17th of March, that is, okay, from 17th of March remaining 31 test series will be available till your KSET exam, just 2 days before your KSET exam. It will be done, and we will get live doubt clarification session. You will get all the one shot lectures of all the chapters. So if you want to avail that, don't wait, go to the link below and please register yourself. Madhavi Lata, none gonna be that guy, but is there a really important role? I don't understand, Madhavi Lata, what you are saying. What is important, Madhavi Lata? Anyway, from kinetic theory, the size of an atom was known to be. So what is the size of an atom from kinetic theory? Okay. You are Cristiano, sir. Aram Adera. Yes, I am happy. I am good. It's everything is okay. So if you have anything, please. If you are not well, Sky is saying option A, 10 to the power of minus 10 meter. Yes, correct answer is 10 to the power of minus 10 meters. Okay, size of the remember that size of the atom, size of the nucleus is about 10 to the power of minus 14 to 10 to the power of minus 15 meter. Okay, but size of the atom, which is much higher than that, is actually 10 to the power of minus 10 meter. Okay. Now size of the atom is about dash times larger than the size of the nucleus. So now answer me. So size of the atom is 10 to the power of minus 10 meters. Size of the nucleus is 10 to the power of minus 15 meters, approximately 14 to 15. Okay, so size of the atom is to nucleus, how much larger it is. Option C, yes, option C, 10 to the power of 4 to 10 to the power of 5 meter, times. So atom is generally 10 to the power 4 to 10 to the power 5 times larger than that of the nucleus. Okay. Now, the alpha particles are hydrogen atom, hydrogen plus atom, helium plus 2 atom. Let's see. Rider, it is, sir, I didn't start physics study, but I want to score good marks. What I can refer? Rider, for you tomorrow there will be one very important video, that is physics passing package. If you see that video, 40 marks will be guaranteed. Okay, if you see that video, 40 marks will be guaranteed. But if you want to score very close to 70, then what you have to do, you have to check. I have made one full MCQ series video, that is almost 4 hours. Then I have almost 1.5 hours of derivation video, and almost 1.5 hour to 2 hour long 2 to 3 marks video, and another 1.5 hour long numerical videos. If you combine all those videos, then definitely you can score very close to 70 marks. Okay, and if you just want, okay sir, I am not that good in physics, I just want to score 50 plus marks, then what you should do, you should study the passing package and the numerical. I have not covered in the passing package. Passing package is for the weaker section of the students, those who are not good in numericals. They generally fail to answer the numericals. So that is why passing package is, there is no numericals, only theory questions with some practice MCQs. So passing package along with numerical, if you see, you can score up to 50 plus. Okay. Rest is obviously your luck. If you are lucky, maybe you can score 70% or 70-80% as well. But minimum is the passing package plus numerical to score at least 50 plus. Okay, got it? SR Karnataka, sir, this question comes in exam. Yes, there is a chance. These are the common questions that is asked in every previous exam. Sky is saying 8D. Yes, 8D. Yes, Karnataka, Karnataka, yes, these are the type of question that you can expect in your board exam. That is why we are solving them, right? All the questions that we do in our series are expected questions, nothing extra. Yes, sometimes I do include some very fundamental level of KSET questions, because many of our students actually also preparing for KSET exam. So to give them some idea of hot question for your PU board and some easier level questions for KSET exam. So whatever is hot question for your PU board can be considered to be an easy level question of KSET. Okay. So Rutherford's alpha particle scattering experiment determines the size of the nucleus, electron, proton, neutron. Very easy, straightforward question. Let's answer yes. I want to scoring, sir, and name is also Lucky, sir. Okay, Lucky, you will be lucky in the exam. Yes, sky number 9A is the correct answer. So don't worry, you will score well. Okay, we are here and we will also be taking classes before your exam. So don't forget to attend that if you want to score well in your board exam. We will be doing the practice session along with us. If you are doing the practice session along with us, okay, all the important videos are already released from our channel. All subjects, physics, chemistry, maths, bio, maths exam is coming next. So maths videos will be going through the entire week. Okay, and after maths exam is over, I will take over for physics, then chemistry ma'am, then bio ma'am, whoever exams is next, they will take over for the remaining days. Okay. So, but right now all the important videos for your revision is they are out already. Okay, if you revise all those chapters, all those questions, at least for example derivations, if you revise the derivation at least twice, you will be very good level for your board exam. The negative sign in the electrostatic potential energy of an electron signifies that the potential energy of an electron is unstable. Electrostatic force in the is in the minus r direction. Kinetic energy of all electron is constant, none of these. Okay, so let's see what is the answer to that. So Sky is saying 10, Sky, question number 10. So the negative sign in electrostatic potential, what is the meaning of that? Negative electrostatic potential is minus given by 13.6 pi n square. So this is the formula for electrostatic potential, right? So what is the meaning of that? So potential energy of an electron is unstable. So potential energy of the electron is not unstable, even though it is negative. Negative does not mean it's unstable. Okay, kinetic energy of the electron is constant. Kinetic energy of the all electrons are also not constant. Total energy, you can calculate the total energy. Kinetic energy is not constant. It depends on the various factors. But electrostatic force in the negative r direction. What is the meaning of that? We know that electric field is basically pointing from higher potential to lower potential, right? So higher potential to lower potential means if this is the nucleus, this is an electron. Okay, this is a say orbit number n, this is orbit number n minus 1, then obviously the electric field points from n to n minus 1 because this is more negative. So potential of this is lesser than that of the potential of this level, right? So electric field always points from lower potential to higher potential to lower potential. So this is the direction of electric field. This is the direction of electric field, means electric force also points in the same direction. So electrostatic force is in the negative r direction, that is towards the atom. Okay, this is the correct answer for question number 10. Yes, no Chandan, not 10C, not 10C. Okay, not 10C. 10B is the answer. So emission line spectrum is a characteristics of a molecule, a solid, an atom, a liquid. So emission line spectrum is a characteristic of a molecule, a solid, an atom, a liquid. Now let's see. 11C, yes, emission line spectrum. In fact, emission line or in absorption line, whatever you see, they are the properties of atom. Okay, the molecules do also have some absorption line properties, but in general emission line are only for atom, whereas absorption line can be for molecule, can be for atom as well. Okay, so these are the basic things. Okay, now next question. The emission line spectrum serves as paper print of gases, photo print of gases, color print of gases, fingerprint of gases. Another easy question. Another easy question. Let's see. Emission line spectrum is, Rider is saying 12C, color print of gases. No, they are basically serves as fingerprint. What is the meaning of fingerprint? You know, you have seen some detective movies that you committed some crime, some person committed some crime, and there is a fingerprint available, and through that fingerprint they detect the person, right? The crime movies, crime stories, they go like this, right? Similarly, fingerprint is unique for all the individual person. That is the main thing, that is the main logic behind detection. Okay, so individual person, your fingerprint will not match with my fingerprint, even though our fingers almost looks like same. Okay, but fingerprints are different. So that is how we can identify people, by identifying their fingerprint. Similarly, our Aadhaar card, when you are doing Aadhaar card, your fingers prints are being taken, so that whenever you are doing some verification, online verification, you just put your fingers and your fingers are getting identified. Similar to that, all the gases or all atoms basically have a particular characteristic spectrum. Using that spectrum, if I say, okay, this line is lit up, okay, in some distant star. Okay, if I see this line in a distant star, then I will say, okay, this gas, this star must have hydrogen gas in it, or helium gas in it, or iron in it. So based on the particular line that we receive from a very distant object, we can identify exactly that what are all the constituent of that object located at a very far distance. So basically this serves as the fingerprint of gases. So you can identify individual atoms based on this property. That is why it is called fingerprint of gases. Bohr's atomic model imitates another easy question: sun earth system, earth moon system, sun planet system, sun comet system. Let us see. Muhammad Zaid, sir, I don't have minority certificate to register OBC as category in KeySet application, so my caste was showing general merit. Then what should I do? Muhammad, you have to have the minority certificate exactly in the order they have prescribed in the KSET website. If you download the KSET bulletin, they have given you a bulletin, right? There are particular format you have to make that format certificate from the respective officers. I am not sure who is who can do this for you, Tehsildar or SDO or BDO, who is the person in your area. So you have to have that particular certificate and you have to upload that certificate. There will be a correction window, you can do the correction, or what you can do, you can later on you can visit the office, KEA office in Bangalore, in Malleshwaram, and you can get that done. But otherwise, if you don't have the KSET exact format certificate, it will not be considered. So they will consider you for general candidate category only. Okay, I hope that helps you. Yes, rider CID. So Bohr's atomic model is sun planet system or sun earth moon system. Chandan is saying 13B. Okay, very interesting thing is that yes, it actually represents earth moon system because it only has one electron and one atom, one nucleus at the center, right? It does not represent sun planet system like Rutherford model. Rutherford model represents sun planet system, whereas Bohr's atomic model imitates earth moon system. Only one nucleus and one electron is orbiting around it, that is the earth moon system. Now sun earth system is not correct because in that case there are other planets also involved, but we are not counting that, that is also not correct. So earth moon system is the correct answer. Khaled Basha Yes, Khaled, what happened? No, Kader Basha, what happened? The principal quantum number for Bohr radius is, what is the principal quantum number? Principal quantum number is always n equals to 1, does not matter what. So n square equals to 1. This is easy question, I will not waste time because I have to complete nuclei chapter as well. So this is the answer. Now the minimum energy required to free the electron from the ground state of the hydrogen atom is called. So minimum energy, let's see. Yes, 14C was the correct answer. Now this one, minimum energy required 15D. first excitation energy, 0 potential energy, excitation energy, ionization energy. So, what you are doing, suppose you have a hydrogen atom, okay, hydrogen atom with an electron orbiting around it. What you are doing is that the electron is at ground state, you have supplied the energy and this electron is now free. So, what you get? You get a positively charged hydrogen nucleus and a negatively charged electron. So, what you have done? You have converted into an ion. Okay. So, this is called ionization energy. So, for hydrogen, ionization energy is 13.6 eV, right. So, this is what is called ionization energy. So, if you take the electron from the first ground state or first state to exactly free it up, then it is called the ionization energy, not the excitation energy. Excitation energy is, suppose you want to take one electron from ground state to say n equals to 1, n equals to 1 to n equals to 2 state. That is called excitation energy. You are exciting the electron to only going it to the next level, that is called excitation energy. Okay. Excitation energy obviously varies from level to level, but that is the basic thing of excitation energy, and this is called ionization energy. According to Louis de Broglie, waves associated with orbital electrons are progressive wave, stationary wave, longitudinal wave, continuous wave. Trinu, sir, how many questions are there in the chapter? So, I think 20 plus in atoms, 20 plus in nuclei. Okay. So, there will be almost 40 questions. My clock is stopped. It will take another 40 to 50 minutes approximately. Okay. By 7:30 I will be closing this session. Okay. If I can do it faster, that will be better. According to Louis de Broglie, waves associated with it, yes, Ryder, Kiran Gaura. 16b, yes, stationary wave. If you remember the diagram, I have talked about it during different classes, that they are like stationary waves. So, basically stationary waves, they are combining like this. Sorry, slight mistake over here, it will be like this. Right. So, this is the stationary wave. So, they are forming a closed loop. Only if a stationary wave can be formed, that is when you can electrons can orbit that that path, that orbital number, that is why it is called stationary wave. Now, Bohr model is applicable to hydrogen atom, helium plus atom, lithium plus plus atom, all of these. Sir, can you please explain about Bohr's atomic model at last shortly? So, Bohr, so first let us see about why Bohr's atomic model was required. First, it was Rutherford who did, before Rutherford it was J.J. Thomson. Okay, you have to understand the historical progression. J.J. Thomson discovered electron. Okay, so when they discovered electron, before that Dalton used to say that atom is indivisible. Okay, you cannot divide atoms into individual particles, but later on J.J. Thomson discovered that you can separate electrons from the atom. That means electron, obviously atom has a negatively charged electron as well as something positively charged object in it. So, J.J. Thomson first give the atomic model. So, he said that it is like a palm cake that you eat during Christmas. So, it is like a base solid positive charge, and electrons are there like raisins. Okay, electrons are like the cashews and raisins and fruits, like that it is scattered on the positively charged surface. That was the logic of J.J. Thomson's palm pudding model. So, later on Rutherford said that okay, I have to test it. Any theory without testing is not considered to be correct. So, Rutherford did the test. Now, while doing the test, he found that he sent some helium, positively charged helium particles, that is we call it Rutherford's alpha scattering experiment. So, basically if it is a complete solid, then what you are expecting? You are expecting that most of the helium particles will rebound, like you are throwing balls towards the wall. Okay, if you are throwing balls in the wall, what you are expecting? You are expecting all the balls will come back towards you, right? But if instead of having walls, if you have lot of holes in the wall, So what will happen? Some balls will escape, some ball will pass, but still you will get a lot of balls coming towards you. But while doing the experiment, he found that 1 in almost 8,000 is not 8,000, 1 is 8,000 is deflecting and 1 is 12,000 is coming back directly. So that means there is something wrong with the model. So he then revised that basically most of the space in the atoms are empty, it is not a solid, and all the positive charge is basically located at the center of the atom. So that was his theory. Now when the theory came, you have to give a atomic model as well. So he said that electrons are orbiting around the positively charged nucleus. So that was his model. Now if you have studied in electromagnetic radiation chapter, that an electron, when it is moving in a circle, basically it is accelerating. Why? Because there is a centripetal acceleration acting on the electron. So any accelerating electron will eventually lose energy because it is radiating energy, okay, in the electromagnetic wave form, and then slowly it will spiral towards the nucleus. And it was found out to be that the lifetime of a nucleus of an atom should be 10 to the power of minus 8 seconds. That means when the universe was created, it should have destroyed immediately within 10 to the power of minus 8 seconds, but that did not happen. We exist, you exist, all the metal, all the stars and suns are exist. That means this model is not correct. So there has to be something more better than that. So then came Bohr's student, Rutherford student Niels Bohr. He was doing research under Rutherford. He took up Rutherford's paper and he said that okay, electrons cannot orbit around the nucleus in any orbit. There are some fixed orbit, only through that the electron can rotate around the nucleus. So those orbits are called Bohr orbits, okay, because Bohr gave them the name, and he said these orbits are basically some number is introduced, okay. From here the birth of quantum mechanics was done, okay. So he said the energy is quantized, and he said that the angular momentum should be nh by 2 pi. So angular momentum of the electron rotating around these orbits has to be integer multiple of the number h by 2 pi. In higher study you will learn this. This is called reduced Planck's constant. This is more common that we use when we are studying in physics, but for your class you don't know what is this symbol is, so you will use this symbol, this thing, okay, nh by 2 pi. So it is the basic foundation of Bohr's theory. Then based on that he said that there will be certain restrictions. Electron cannot move in any of the free orbit, and if he is jumping from one higher orbit to another orbit, okay, then the required energy has to be quantized. Then he gave the exact value of the energy required, etc., etc. And as the Bohr's model, atomic model that you know, is the basic gist of entire thing. So you have to understand the theory to understand the entire part, right? Now, so here in the question number 17, option D is the correct answer. Yes, all of them has one nucleus and only one electron orbiting around the nucleus. Basically Bohr model is applicable only for one electron system. All the three are one electron system. That is why all of this is Bohr atomic model is applicable to. Okay. Now next question. So I hope your query cleared, Srinivas, right? So you have to understand the history behind the science sometimes to understand how the science progressed, why it happened like that way. Okay. So this is one of the important part where history is important, not every time, but this is one of the example. For an electron revolving, also you have remember that Rutherford was student of J.J. Thomson and Bohr was student of Rutherford. Okay, so they had a very good relationship, a teacher-student relationship. I hope in future some of you will be become a very good teacher, and even if you surpass me in all the senses, right? So I will be very happy in that case. So for an electron revolving around the nucleus, kinetic energy and potential energy are positive, total energy is negative. Kinetic energy is positive, potential energy and total energy are negative. potential energy is negative, kinetic and total energy are positive. Kinetic energy and potential energy are negative, total energy is positive. Let us see the answer for this question. Kiran is crying. What happened, Kiran? Kiran is saying 18D, Chandan is saying 18A. So, first of all, you have to understand, whoever is saying 18D, Srinivas, and Kiran, kinetic energy can never be negative. Okay, kinetic energy can never be negative. What is kinetic energy? Kinetic energy is half mv square. Okay, can m be negative? Mass, negative mass, not possible. Mass is always positive. V can be negative. This is a quantity depending upon direction, it can be negative, but if you square the negative number, it is always giving you a positive number. So, m cannot be negative, v square cannot be negative. So, kinetic energy is always greater than 0. Kinetic energy can never be negative. So, this much you have to clear. So, if you see any of the options where it says that kinetic energy is negative, those are not possible. Okay. So, kinetic energy is always positive. Now, potential energy, we know potential energy is negative for atoms, right. So, total energy is also negative. So, kinetic energy is positive, potential and total energy are negative. So, 18B is the answer. Anyone answered 18B? Chandan answered 18B. Yes, sir. Yes, yes, Chandan, correct. Total kinetic energy and potential, kinetic energy is positive, potential energy and total energy are negative. Okay. Now, let us move on. The statement, the atom is electrically neutral. Statement 2, an atom contains some positive charge to neutralize few negative charge in the charge of the electrons. Now, both statements are correct, but atom contains some positive charge to neutralize few negative charge of the electrons is not clear. So, in fact, statement 2 is not clear at all, and statement 2 is incorrect. Atom contains exact number of positive charges as that of the negative charges. Okay, not some positive charge to few negative electrons. Electrons can be also in terms of for example, uranium has 92 electrons, 92 protons. So, you cannot say that just few. Okay, 92 is not a few number. Okay, so 1 is true, but 2 is false. Okay. So, if the statement was formed correctly, that atom has equal number of positive and negative charges, then that would have made sense, and that would have actually been a correct statement and correct explanation of statement 1. Okay. Now, statement 1, many of alpha particles pass through the gold foil in alpha particle scattering experiment. Statement 2, only about 14% of the incident alpha particles scatter by more than 10 degree. Okay. Now, obviously, many of the alpha particle pass through the gold foil. I just explained gold foil experiment. Also, 14% is approximately a correct number, but there is no direct relationship between statement 1 and statement 2. If they said that most part of the atom is empty, then that would have been the correct explanation. But here they are only giving you both of them are facts. There is no explanation for that. If the explanation was that ki most part of the atom is empty, only small part is occupied by nucleus, so then that would have made a sense. But here they have saying that both statements are facts, both are correct. So, both statements are true, but it is not a correct explanation. Let us see. 20C, no Chandan, 20B, 20B, both are true. Masala content, sir, which MCQ we should refer, marathon 1 or which one? So, marathon 1 is where all the chapter MCQ is done. Here I am doing a practice with you. Okay. So, if you want to refer, obviously marathon 1 is the correct MCQ that you can check for all the chapters. Okay. Here we are doing chapter wise with you in live class. So, that's why you can practice with me. Okay, the marathon and whatever doubts you might have, that you can ask, sir, I think this question you have solved incorrect, I think that is the correct answer. So that discussion can happen in this class. Marathon 1 is a very long session, almost 4 hours. In fact, at the end of the session I was completely blacked out. There may be few minor mistakes in that session. If you have any errors, if you found any errors, don't forget to mention that in that video's comment. I will try to address that as well. Now this one is for your practice. If you want to practice, if you want to see whatever your knowledge level is, then you can come and ask me. I will give you whether your answer is correct or not. You can get that judgment right now. Okay, in the marathon 1 I was fully teaching. You might not get enough time to answer yourself. Okay, so that is the basic difference. This is a practice session, that was a learning session. Okay, when an electron in hydrogen, but that is there is no pause for like interaction that is happening in our Chakravyuh series. So that is why we have decided that we will do one shot, complete all the important MCQs one shot. So that is basically your first primary target if you want to learn. When an electron in hydrogen atom revolves in a stationary orbit, it does not radiate energy through its velocity, though its velocity changes. Does not radiate energy and its velocity remains unchanged. Radiates energy but its velocity is unchanged. Radiates energy with the change of its velocity. Now let us see who can answer this question. Kannadiga, sir, by seeing all your marathon can I get above 95? So Kannadiga, this is, you have to understand, the target is 70. If you see all my marathons, yes, you can be very close to 70 if you follow few things, the tips that I have said given in the lecture, and if you are provided you have solved that both numericals correctly. Okay, you have to practice those numericals. I have solved 21 numericals. After watching the numericals, you can download the PDF from the WhatsApp channel. The files were shared yesterday. The link is still there in our WhatsApp channel. You can go and check all the files there in the WhatsApp channel. So once you download the questions, you have to practice them once and twice, so that you have to check whether you are doing it correctly or not. Don't just see me solving. After you have seen that, you have to solve it yourself as well. So if you do that, definitely 70, no one can stop you from getting 70. Okay, and based on your practical marks, you will be scoring 95%. That is a guarantee. But if you only watch the video and you think I will score, you have to practice as well. I have given you suggestions how many times you practice a derivation, how many times you have to solve the numericals as well. So let's see. I think 21A is the most common answer. Yes, it does not radiate energy though its velocity changes. Now here you have to understand that when the electrons are orbiting around a circular path, its velocity will always change, because velocity is a vector quantity. So velocity will always change, because not because its magnitude changes, because its direction is changing. Okay, so electron orbiting in a Bohr orbit, okay, on a stationary orbit, okay, their velocity will change because it is changing direction every time. But its so average velocity you can consider is average magnitude of the velocity is constant, but the direction changes, so velocity changes. Okay, but radiate, it does not radiate energy. That is the main thing. Radius of the first Bohr orbit of hydrogen atom is 0.53 angstrom. The radius of the fourth orbit will be very interesting. Let's see if anyone can answer this. D. So first orbit is, so we know that radius is basically, radius of nth orbit is basically r0 n square. Okay, r0 is the r1 or r0, whatever you say. R1 is the Bohr's orbit, that is first orbit. Okay, so first orbit is given 0.53, so 0.53. Fourth orbit will be 4 square, so that will be 16 into 0.53, which will be close to 8, more than 8, because 0.5 means 8 and 3 16s are 48. So, it will be 8.48 angstrom. Okay. So, correct answer is option D, 4th radius, right? Yes. So, this you have to remember this formula. Okay. Now, next question. When a hydrogen atom is raised from the ground state to an excited state, okay, potential energy increases and kinetic energy decreases. Potential energy decreases and kinetic energy increases. Both kinetic and potential energy increases, both kinetic and potential energy decreases. Okay, let us see the answer. Sir, when you will be doing passing package? Passing package will be released, I think, tomorrow. Okay, it was scheduled for Sunday, but it got delayed due to certain issue happened in our studio. So, passing package will be released tomorrow. It is already recorded and under editing. So, by tomorrow you will receive the passing package. Okay, don't worry. Okay, it is already recorded. It will be released soon. Mathematics passing package, I think it will release today. Physics will release tomorrow. 23A, potential energy increases and kinetic energy decreases. Yes. So, now you have to remember that potential energy at the ground state was very negative, right. So, as you are moving from ground state to a higher state, potential energy is basically becoming less negative. Less negative means potential energy is increasing. Okay. So, potential energy increasing means kinetic energy has to decrease, right. So, this is the correct answer. Now, 24. According to classical theory, statement 1, the electron will fall into the nucleus. Statement 2, an accelerated electron emits radiation in circular path. Yes, correct. Now, let us see the question. According to classical theory, what was the classical theory? That is the Rutherford model, is that electron will fall into the nucleus. So, I told you that electron when orbiting in a circular path, what will happen? It is accelerating. So, accelerating electron will slowly radiate energy, and because it is radiating energy, that means it is losing energy. Losing energy means it slowly will go and jump into the nucleus, okay, because accelerated electron emit electromagnetic radiation. So, and circular path is basically accelerating electron. So, both 1 and 2 and 2 is the correct explanation. So, definitely option A, 24 option A is correct. Yes, Chandan, correct. Next, now we have completed all the questions from atoms. Now, we will be moving towards the next chapter, nuclei. Okay, we will try to close it quickly. So, nucleus of an atom whose atomic mass is 24 consists of 11 electrons, 11 protons and 13 neutrons. 11 electrons, 13 protons and 11 neutrons. Okay, 11 protons and 13 neutrons, 11 protons and 13 electrons. So, nucleus of an atom whose atomic mass is 24 consists of. So, what are the constituent of the atom? Okay, they should have mentioned the nucleus. Okay, now the question is really tricky here. They have said nucleus of an atom whose atomic mass is 24 consists of. So, who is consists of? Nucleus. Okay. So, be careful. 1A looks correct. 1A looks correct, Chandan, but here they are not talking about the atom. If the question was what is the constituent of the atoms, what could be the possible constituent of the atoms, then option A would be correct answer. But the language of the questions talks about only about the nucleus. Okay, so, only about the nucleus means total constituent of neutron plus proton should be equals to 24. So, option C is definitely the correct answer for this case. If the same question was clearly asked that what is the constituent of the atom having atomic mass 24, possible constituents of atom, then it would have been making a sense, it would have been a correct answer, but they are talking about nucleus only. So, because they are talking about nucleus, there is no electron in the nucleus. Yes, yes, 1C is the correct answer. Proton and neutron. That's what I am saying. There are no electrons present in the inside the nucleus, right? Electrons are electrons are there in the atom itself. Okay, provided it's a neutral atom. If it is a ion, then probably it has already lost some electrons. So, but the idea is to make you sure to know that there are no electrons present inside the nucleus. That's it. Okay, no electrons present inside the nucleus. That is why this question is given. So, electrons are actually not inside the nucleus. They are orbiting outside the nucleus. They are part of the atom. Okay. So, that is why if the question was about the atom, then this is correct answer. If the question is about the nucleus, then this is the answer correct. Okay. I hope that clears your doubt, Chandan. Okay. So, this question can be asked in the form of atom as well. So, possible constituent will be this one. Other than that, if they talk about only nucleus, this is the correct answer. Okay. Language is not super clear in this question, but I guess sometimes you can get a difficult question in your PU2 exam. So, last year 2 questions language was not super clear. Anyway, isotopes are atoms having same number of protons but different number of neutrons, same number of neutrons but different number of protons, same number of protons and neutrons, none of the above. So, isotope basically same element means they must have same number of protons. Proton is the main part that determines what is the element it is. So, same number of protons, proton number must be same, but because of the neutron number different, their mass are different. So, it is basically option A, 2A is the correct answer, right. Now, next Chandan, let us see that this question. Yes, you are correct, 2A is correct. The radius of a nucleus of mass number A is directly proportional to A cube, A to the power 2 by 3, A to the power 1 by 3. Let us see the answer for this question. Varshu is saying A, Chandan is saying 3D. Yes. So, radius of nucleus is basically proportional to the A to the power 1/3. So, radius is proportional to A to the power 1/3. Okay, always remember that, and because of that the volume is 4/3 r cube. Okay. So, volume is 4 to the power r cube, and that is why volume is proportional to atomic mass number A. Okay. So, mass number A, volume is proportional to mass number A. Now, the density of the nucleus is proportional to mass. So, this is mass number means definitely the mass of the nucleus will be proportional to A. So, density will be 4/3 A, that is density is basically a constant number. This is not the exact constant anyway, there will be some proportionality constant involved in here. So, you can see that density is basically, density of any atom is basically constant, any nucleus. Okay. So, density of nucleus is almost constant because it is proportional to 1 by A cube. Okay. So, this is the correct answer. Now, which of the following is correct for nuclear forces? So, nuclear forces are short range, attractive and charge independent, short range, attractive and charge dependent, long range, repulsive and charge independent, long range, repulsive and charge dependent. Obviously, very easy standard question. Yes, short range, attractive and charge independent. Obviously, very simple easy question. Now, density of any nucleus is, now I do not remember this question answer. If you remember it, please tell me. I do not remember the answer for this question. So, if you know this question, what is the density of nucleus? I know the density is constant, but what is the exact density, the value I do not remember, and I do not think it is a very good question, but okay, good for your practice. Chandan is saying 5B. Now, I am assuming it is correct. In my thing is also, I think the density is very high. So, highest possible value is this. So, definitely 2.29 is correct figure, only 10 to the powers you have to determine. So, I think okay, it is correct answer for that. 2.29 into 10 to the power of 17 kilogram per meter cube. Now, next question, binding energy of a nucleus is Energy given to its nucleus during its formation, total mass of the nucleus converted into energy units, energy required to break the nucleus into constituent nucleons, total kinetic energy and potential energy of the nucleons in the nucleus. Now, let us see what is the correct answer. Already someone answered is yes, binding energy means the energy that is binding it. So, if you provide that energy, the nucleus will break apart. Okay. So, the energy that is binding the nucleus together, that is called binding energy. Okay. If you provide that energy to the nucleus, then the nucleus will break apart. So, energy required to break the nucleus into constituent nucleons is the answer. Now, question number 7, the binding energy per nucleons is maximum in the case of, so which one will have a binding energy maximum. Okay. Now, while doing the class in my MCQ series, long marathon series, I answered this wrongly. Okay. So, I want to correct that problem. So, I said at last phase of the MCQ series it was very long, going very long. So, I wrongly answered this question. Now, let us see if you can answer this correctly. If you know the answer, answer it. Chandan is saying 7B, yes. So, this is iron. Iron is the binding energy per nucleon is maximum for iron. I unfortunately answered beryllium. So, that was not correct. Okay. It is iron. Iron has the maximum binding energy per nucleon. For effective nuclear forces, the distance should be 10 to the power of minus 10 meters, 10 to the power of minus 13 meters, 10 to the power of minus 15 meters, 10 to the power of minus 10 meters. 7 B was correct. Now, on answer 8 question 8, Shagupta back after a long time. Yes, it is 1 to 1.5 femtometer, which is basically 10 to the power of minus 15 meter of the range of 10 to the power of minus 15 meter. So, this is the range of nuclear force. Other outside that nuclear force does not exist. Okay. So, there is a range where it is attractive, there is a range where it is neutral, then it is repulsive. So, basically this is the correct answer, 1 femtometer. So, it is of the range of femtometer, 10 to the power of minus 15 is the answer. So, now question number 9, alpha particle is the nucleus of an atom of neon, hydrogen, helium, deuterium. So, this question can come in atom chapter, this question can come in nucleus chapter as well. Chandan 9C, yes, Shagupta and Chandan both answered this correctly. Yes. Now, 9C, yes. Radioactivity is reversible process, self disintegration process, spontaneous process, both B and C. Let us see, anyone quickly. 10D, yes. So, it is not only a self disintegration process, it is also a spontaneous process. Okay. So, you cannot control it. Spontaneous process means you cannot control it, it happens on its own. So, radioactivity is something like that, it happens on its own, that is why it is a spontaneous process. And self disintegration, obviously it disintegrates into lighter molecules to find stability, that is why it is a self disintegration process. So, it is both B and C. Now, let us see, radioactive substance emits alpha rays, beta rays, gamma rays, all of these. Another easy question. So, nuclei is relatively easier chapter, easier question can come from this chapter. Atoms is slightly difficult chapter compared to nuclei. Okay, because nuclear lot of portions, for example, the entire radioactivity is deleted from the nucleus. Okay, nuclei chapter. So, radioactivity used to be a very high weightage part of this chapter, but only very small portion, only the residual portion is there, no mathematical treatment is there, no calculations are there. Maybe it will be back next year, but for your year it is easy, right. So, 11D is the correct answer, all of the rays emit from radioactivity. Fusion reaction takes place at high temperature. Okay, fusion means that is what is happening in the sun. Hydrogen are fusing into helium atoms, right. So, atoms are ionized at high temperature, molecules break up at high temperature, nuclei break up at high temperature, kinetic energy is high enough to overcome the repulsion between the nuclei. Another straightforward question, yes, 12D. So, kinetic energy, because as you increasing the temperature, the kinetic energy is increasing. So, higher the kinetic energy, they can overcome the nuclear repulsion. Two nucleus both are positive, they will repel each other. To overcome that, you need to have a very, very high temperature. The explosion of the atomic bomb takes place due to nuclear fission, nuclear fusion, scattering, thermoionic emission. Another easy question if you know the reason behind it. Okay. So, nuclear bomb is basically one type of either fission or fusion. Okay, I am giving you a hint. Fusion is happening in the star. Nuclear bomb is basically, yes, it is fission. Okay. There is a different type of atomic bomb which is called hydrogen bomb, which is basically happening because of fission and fusion both. Okay, first fission is taking place, then fusion is taking place, but normal atomic bomb only fission is taking place. Okay. Energy generation in stars is mainly due to, I already give you the answer, photo emission, fission of heavy nuclei, fusion of light nuclei, fusion of heavy nuclei. So, let us see 14C, fusion of light nuclei. Okay. Fusion of light nuclei. So, stars basically can fuse up to iron. Okay. So, for example, if you combine hydrogen, you get helium. Similarly, if you combine hydrogen and helium, you get lithium. Okay. So, like that you get all the elements in the periodic table until you reaches iron. Okay. Once iron is reached, the temperature of the stars is not high enough that it can fuse to Fe or even hydrogen with Fe. Okay, that fusion is not possible. So, once this iron is reached at the core of the star slowly dies based on the different mass of the star. There are different outcome of the star. Okay, it can become a black hole, it can become a pulsar, it can become a white dwarf after becoming a red giant. For example, our sun is destined to become a red giant, and then slowly it will evaporate, and only a white dwarf will be left in the place of the sun after millions of years later. Okay. So, this is the main thing, and after that when the stars explodes, whatever element it is left with, the nucleus gets fused in the explosion. Okay, and you get other higher order elements. Okay. So, iron is the last element that can be processed inside the star, that can be fused. So, only lighter nuclei, heavy nuclei is not possible inside a star. So, there may be some question, maybe they will ask what is the highest element that can be processed inside a star. So, you should know this will be iron. Fusion reaction is initiated with the help of low temperature, high temperature, neutrons, any particle. Another easy question, 15B, yes, 15B, high temperature. Next question, in radium 22688 nucleus there are 138 protons, 88 neutrons. 138 neutrons and 88 protons, 226 protons and 88 electrons, 226 neutrons and 138 electrons. So, answer you can just guess from the option yes. So, this number represents the number of protons, and remaining if you do 226 minus 88, that is 138, that will be the number of neutrons. This is number of neutrons, this is number of protons. Okay, this is the mass number. Okay, this is the very relation. So, 138 neutrons and 88 protons. Now, let us see this question. The mass and energy equivalent to 1 AMU is, I do not remember the mass part, but I remember the MeV part. Okay. So, from there you can answer yes, yes, yes. So, this is the option D. So, 131.5 MeV, this is the most commonly used value in any numerical coming from this chapter. Okay. You have to remember this value, this kg I do not remember, 10 to the power 27 I remember, but exact value I was not sure, but anyway. So, they have given 1.67 into 10 to the power of 27 kg and 931.5 MeV. This is the correct answer. Now, Mn and Mp represent mass of neutron and proton respectively. If an element having atomic mass capital M has n neutron and z proton, then the correct relation will be. So, what is the correct relation for n neutron and z proton? Okay. Mass of neutron is Mn, mass of proton is Mp. So, total mass of the nucleons is m neutron into number of neutrons. right, plus total number of protons into mass of proton, that is the total mass of nucleons. Now, total mass of nucleons should always be greater than that of the mass of the atom. Okay. So, mass of the atom is always less than that of the total mass of the nucleons, and that energy is called Prajwal, will this MCQ help us to CET exam? Prajwal, maybe very easy level of CET exam question might come from this MCQs, but overall at least out of 60 maybe 5 or 6 can come like this level if you follow the entire Chakravyuh series, but most 54 to 50 questions will not help you in CET. For that you have to watch our master stroke series we have started, but we have paused that series for now because of your PU board exam. So, our correct answer will be option A. Yes. So, that will not help you, Prajwal. For CET we will continue with master stroke series once your PU board exam is over, or you can join our Abhyas KSET test series which already is live. You can go to the link below and download and register for first 4 free test series. Once if you are satisfied, if you want to purchase it, you can purchase it now. From 17th March onwards you will be getting regular questions every day for your preparation for your PU board exam. That will be discussed in the class as well, how to solve those questions. Okay. So, that is for your CET. Okay. We will be doing some live session as well in our channel if you are interested, but these are not for CET level exam. 2 nucleons are at separation of 1 into 10 to the power of minus 15 meter. The net force between them is F1. If both are neutrons, F2 if both are protons, and F3 if one is a proton and another is a neutron. In such a case, F2 is greater than F1, greater than F3, F2 greater than F1 equals to F3, F1 equals to F3 equals to F3, F2 less than F1 less than F3. Easy question. 19C, yes. Because it is in the nuclear force range, so all the force between neutron, proton and neutron proton will be same. So, option C is the correct answer. Which of the following is a fusion reaction? Very interesting question. Only one of them is a fusion reaction and very easy to guess. Okay. 20A, Chandan answered correctly, Shagupta also answered correctly. So, here what you see, hydrogen, 2 hydrogen atoms are getting fused, not hydrogen, basically they are deuterium atoms. Okay, deuterium atoms are getting fused to produce a helium nucleus, a helium atom. So, this is a fusion reaction. Now, here you see this is basically you are injecting only a neutron into a nitrogen to make it carbon C14 and hydrogen. Okay, so, this is not a fusion reaction, and this is basically the main reason for your nuclear fission. That is, after this state, this breaks down into heavier lighter nuclei to provide lot of energy. This is the stage whether it is used in atomic bomb and nuclear power station. This is the main reaction. Okay, this is the main reaction, and this is just a decay of tritium. Tritium is decaying into helium and beta negative element, right. I hope this is the last question. Yes. So, if you have any other questions, please don't afraid to ask me. Okay. Otherwise, I will close this session as promised. It is over before 7:30. If you have any doubts, any questions regarding anything KSET exam, your PU board exam, please don't ask me right now. Shagupta sir, I want suggestion from you. Yes, 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 Shagupta, tell me what suggestion you want. I am here, that is why I am saying. What suggestion you want? You want the specific suggestion for chapter wise suggestion. So, suggestive questions I have done the 5 marker question. Sir, when there will be gap between board exam and how to revise physics? So, Shagufta, there will be, I think you know your schedule, right? After maths exam you will be getting at least 4-5 days for your board exam. Okay. So, how can you prepare for your physics? First of all don't waste, in my opinion, if you have not yet studied watching MCQ series, don't waste too much time in MCQs right now. Your MCQ is very good and strong. I have seen you are a regular student in my lecture, so don't waste too much time on MCQs. What you have to do, you have to perfect your 2-3 marker questions and 5 marker questions, and obviously numericals. Put some weight, at least you try to solve at least few numericals in the morning, 4-5 numericals in the evening, 4-5 numericals before going to bed, 4-5, because numericals will going to be very huge for your chance of getting 70 plus and not getting 70. So not 70 plus, out 70 and not getting 70. So you have to practice numericals at least, or those 4 days you have to practice at least 30-40 numericals. 21 numericals I have already solved in my lecture. Okay, you can check those out. Other than that, if you want extra numericals, you can solve NCERT numericals from those particular 4 chapters. You don't have to solve too many numericals. 4 chapters I have suggested: electric charges and field, electric potential and capacitance, alternating current, and ray optics. Okay, current electricity, if you are very confident about current electricity, then you can practice. Other than that, you can skip current electricity. The questions from the current electricity last few years are not easy. Many students have fall for the trap, so don't attempt current electricity chapter for numericals. Other than that, the 4 chapters I have suggested, practice numericals from the paper that I have done. Other than that, you can solve from NCERT textbook exercise problems. Okay, those are also super important. I will try to include that in just before your exam. I will be solving numericals from your NCERT textbook as well, so you can join me there if you want, if you get some time. Other than that, obviously main your focus should be derivations. Practice, perfect the derivations. All derivations should give you 5 marks. There should be no scope of deducting any marks. So practice derivations, practice numericals, practice, check the 2-3 marker questions where you feel that maybe I will not be able to answer this question. Okay, that is one thing. And at least try to write one model paper, not any other paper. Take one model paper. I know questions paper will not be the same, but that will give you an idea that how much time it is taking to finish that paper. Okay, that will give you a clarity. Okay, I know the questions, I know all the questions from the model paper. I have studied it 3-4 times. So now how much time it is taking for me to finish that paper? That is the exact strategy. I am going to give you a foolproof strategy before your exam as well. But this is my suggestion, that first you have to prepare whatever you can get sure shot. Okay, MCQ series, if you get time right now, check that out. Okay, don't waste that 4 hours before your exam. Okay, unless and until it is absolutely necessary. Okay, so or if you want, you can check the Chakravyuh series. Here we have done chapter wise MCQs. So if you feel that okay, that chapter I am little weak in the MCQs, you can check Chakravyuh series. If you otherwise get time for, after studying everything, every day maybe 1 hour you invest in the MCQ. Okay, practice MCQ. Now the MCQ sheet is available in our WhatsApp channel. You can download it, you can practice from that MCQ sheet as well. Okay, and other than that, you can practice from question bank given by PU board. That is obviously there. Chapter wise MCQs are there, right? Sir, can I use determinant method to solve Wheatstone network problem? Chandan, determinant method is applicable, but if they mention you apply KVL, okay, then you have to form the KVL equation first, right? So KVL equation, they will mention use Kirchhoff's law to solve. Oh, you are saying that problems, numerical questions using determinants. So you have to form the equations anyway, right? You have to form the equations anyway, then you have to apply determinant to find current. Yes, you can do that, no problem. Okay, determinant method is well acceptable. In fact, when I was doing my graduation, Wheatstone bridge, we used to solve using determinant method only. So you can use determinant method for Wheatstone bridge, but if you are solving numerical question, I will suggest don't attempt Wheatstone bridge if they ask you Wheatstone bridge. But if they ask you the theory part you cannot do using determinant method, because that is very simple. You form the equations, you put Ig equals to 0, everything will be simple, right? but if you are solving numerical questions, like last year they have asked a very difficult question. Shagupta, I have solved all the question from the question bank and also for physics. That is very good, very commendable job. Before exam you just practice it once more, that is it. And model question paper, you just take it as an unknown question paper and write it. Okay, so as if you don't know the question paper, you take it up and check how much time it is taking for you. Okay, and numerical practice is very important. Okay, even if you have solved all the questions in the numericals, you have to solve more numericals because practice makes you perfect. Okay, I have seen, like when I was a student, okay, I have solved a question 5 times, especially it happened in my math exam. So math, I was very strong in mathematics. Okay, I solved the question multiple times, but in the exam I attempted that question first time I attempted that question, but somehow I was stuck in one of the nuances and I could not answer that question. That eventually resulted me getting less number in maths, as I was expecting out of out, but I got at least 10 marks less than out of out. So during our time the exam paper used to be difficult, and we used to write PU1 and PU2 both in the same day. So that was a difficult time. But this kind of things might happen to you as well. You are writing the exam, so you are confident that I can answer this question, but still if you don't practice this before your exams, you might still be feeling it a little bit rusty, to be honest. So it might take some time for you. Okay, that's it. Okay, Chandan. Determinant method you can use for solving numerical questions, but not for the theory. Theory part is easy. I hope that clears your doubt. Shagupta, yes, your third model paper is the dual nature. I have solved that problem in my class as well, and I will be solving few more numericals from dual nature in the exam. Before exam schedule we have 3-4 days schedule. That time I will be solving questions from that chapter as well. If you can, dual nature numericals are easy relatively, only one formula is involved. Okay, either kinetic energy or stopping potential or work function they will ask, okay, or threshold frequency. These are all related questions. One formula is there, based on that formula one question will come. So it is very easy. If you practice 2-3 times you can solve the questions. I will be solving that as well, okay, for just to be safer side. Okay, so I will close this session. My time is almost over. So I will be seeing you live before your exam, and before that I will be giving you a lot of other videos as well. So I will wait for your response. There will be a form for you. If you have any doubts, any questions, you can ask that doubt and questions through that form. It will be shared in our WhatsApp channel and through the video that we are going to post your PU board exam. So till your PU board exam is coming, physics exam, maths exam is over, I will be this will be my last live video. So I will be seeing you before your PU board exam. Till then, bye.